roll up on him, and I want Gunther to say, people like you don't deserve a chance at my title.
Oh my God.
And people were even like, what do you say?
Welcome to the Figure 4 TV. Hit that like button. Check out the intro. And when we come back, we're going to touch on this Bobby Lashley controversial booking angle with Gunther. Bobby Lashley reveals controversial storyline idea involving race with Gunther. The former WWE champion thinks his old employer missed a dream opportunity, but that might not be so bad considering his idea for an angle. Bobby Lashley believes WWE missed out on several high-profile matches with him during his last run with the company. Speaking with the Lame Guys podcast, Lashley mentioned that one of the stars he wanted to work with was current World's Heavyweight Champion Gunther, the Ring General. And that's interesting because we know that we always wanted to see Gunther versus Brock versus Lashley. So those three names kind of went well together, and it's sad we're not gonna get the Gunther versus Brock no more, and Bobby, he off to AEW, so we not finna get that. Indeed, a Lashley versus Gunther match would have been a battle for the ages. However, the storyline that Lashley proposed during his interview might have been problematic, and this wouldn't be the first time that Bobby Lashley proposed a problematic, controversial angle. Guys, Karrion Kross is quoted once on a podcast as saying that Bobby Lashley came up with a crazy, weird idea.
He's like, all these guys, they like to talk and they like to run to the dirt sheets and stuff. Dude, we should fight. At the beginning of the show, we should get in a fight. Because all these guys are going to go and they're going to call the dirt sheets and tell them that we actually had a fight, and it's going to stir people up into what we're doing on TV. And I was like, Bob, hold on a sec. I was like, first of all, what happens if nobody breaks up the fight? And he was like, damn, I didn't think about that. I go, yeah. And also, what happens if we get fired? Because what are we going to do? Like, Hunter's going to pull us aside and be like, what's wrong with you guys? Or like, no, it's just a work. And he's like, you guys are bleeding. Like, what do you do? Like, what are you doing? And then we just the whole logical process of having to explain, like, that it was a work and hoping that the office would have been okay with it.
When Gunther was rolling, there was one thing I wanted to do with him, said Lashley, and everybody would have been like, oh, if we were still the Hurt Business. I was like, I wanted to roll up on him, and I wanted Gunther to say, people like you don't deserve a chance at my title. People would have been like, what did he say? We would have toted the line. Lashley explained that the idea would have been a tease racial tension between the two before turning the tension elsewhere. We did have to go there, said Lashley, because we were like, whoa, what do you mean by people like you? He could be like older guys in wrestling or something like that. But the crowd would have been like, oh, did he say that? In this scenario, Lashley added that he would have said Gunther looked familiar while holding his thumb to his lip, alluding to the mustache associated with AH. That's Hitler, guys. So now Bobby is really reaching with this one. This was really a reach, and this was never going to get cleared, Bobby. I hope you didn't take your ball and go home because they wasn't fitting to clear storylines that you thought of that was like this. This is a reach equivalent to a thirst trap, bro. This is culture vulturing. Don't do that, Bobby. You could get over just being you, your sheer size and your ring ability. And I respect Bobby Lashley as a wrestler. One of my greatest black wrestlers, though, is Booker T. And then I like Chillins, Mr. Chillins, my guy, R-Truth. But I respect Bobby Lashley a whole lot. While Lashley is right that this moment would generate buzz, history suggests that buzz will lead to backlash rather than acclaim. In 2003, WWE used racial overtones as part of its build to the world title match at WrestleMania between Triple H and Booker T. Remember that? Remember, Triple H still ain't recovered from that. People still calling him a high-end racist because of that storyline right there. He sat in that ring and said, people like you. He said the exact same thing that you wanted Gunther to say to you. So that didn't work too well. Triple H cut an uncomfortable promo in front of Booker T that remains a sore subject more than 20 years later. Booker, I think you're a little bit confused about your role in life here. I think you're a little bit confused. You see, Booker, you're gonna go to WrestleMania, but you see, the fact is, Booker, somebody like you doesn't get to be a world champion. You see, people like you don't deserve it. That's reserved for people like me. Y'all remember that? Those was them lines in that promo. The storyline might have been somewhat playable had Booker T emerged victorious. Instead, Triple H won cleanly, angering fans even more while alienating a segment of WWE's audience. Though WWE's race-related storyline was 20 years ago, not much has changed. Last year in All Elite Wrestling, a conflict between MJF and Juice Robinson hinted at anti-Semitism, which also received a negative response. Though MJF addressed the controversy, that part of the angle was soon dropped. While an arrogant villain claiming superiority over their opponent is a common storyline device in pro wrestling, intertwining it with race, religion, or sexuality remains risky, as many fans see wrestling as an escape from such issues. Now that Bobby Lashley has left WWE, a clash with Gunther is unquestionably a missed opportunity. However, it may be a dream match best left unrealized in light of the proposed storyline and current social climate. And that is a fact. And I'm not shocked though. A lot of black athletes, black entertainers, writers, directors, they have culture vultured and used the need for racial tension in America to sell their products and sell their movies. So I'm not surprised, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section.
I want Gunther to say, people like you don't deserve a chance at my title.
Oh my God.
And people were even like, what did he say? Because we would have told that line.
Yeah.
Because if you think about the German,
Right.
and then these black dudes and like this, like, is there a little bit of racial tension a little bit there? We didn't have to go there because we would be like, whoa, what do you mean by people like you? He could be like older guys in wrestling or something like that.
Like, oh yeah, that's what.
But the crowd would have been like, did he say that? And then I was gonna say, I think you look familiar, and do one of these like this. And what this is
The mustache.
there it is. Just
whatever,
but I don't know if we could have went there. But if we could have, it would have been hilarious. But there were so many things. Vince, I think a year or two ago, I told him, I said, I want to do this character. He said, what is it? He said, if I get beat one time, I want to go into this severe depression and put on like 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds and just be fat. And then and be a completely different character, and then have somebody like an MVP or somebody that's on my side kind of like pull me back, and then have the crowd watch his transition back to me.
You're a psycho, dude.
And he said, there's no way you can do that. I said, man, I think I can do it.
So do you think you're going to repitch that now to Triple H, a new set of ears? Maybe Triple H will buy it.
Yeah,
I'm going to try.
This is a wreck.
He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.